My name is Hugo. I'm currently happily living with my wife and 2 kids. This is a story from the past, when my ex-fiancée, Yolanda, and I began living together. One day, I felt a bit sick at work, so my boss let me go home early. I opened the front door to my apartment and saw a pair of men's shoes I didn't recognize. I immediately sensed that Yolanda was having an affair. There's no way she would, I thought to myself, and since I was already feeling unwell, I began sweating. I couldn't hear any voices, so I tiptoed into the apartment. I checked the living room, and it didn't seem any different from how I had left it in the morning. Next, I slowly opened the door of the bedroom. I saw men's clothing and underwear scattered around the bed, so I entered the room. There were a pair of panties on the floor under the bed. Those were Yolanda's. They were a bit expensive, but they were so cute that I got excited and bought them. I remember how happily she showed me those panties. I have never seen Yolanda wearing them. Those panties, that Yolanda felt were very special, were now on the ground under the bed. I wasn't naive. I knew what this meant. I slumped my shoulders and thought to myself that I couldn't just act like I hadn't seen anything. They were somewhere in the house, so I had to find them and ask them what was going on. In TV dramas, I've seen lovers run and hide in closets and not get caught by their partners. This being my first time I'm experienced something like this in real life, I yanked the closet door open, but they weren't in there. Honestly, I wasn't sure whether I wanted to find them or not. To calm myself down, I took a few deep breaths, and as I was doing so, I heard 2 voices talking. I walked in the direction of the voices and stopped in front of the bathroom. I could hear that I was close to them. One of the voices was definitely Yolanda's. "Let me wash my hair first." She sounded like she was having fun. They were definitely in the bathroom. I wondered what I should do now. I quietly moved a large houseplant and a recliner in front of the bathroom door to buy myself some time and used this chance to look for evidence. I took photos of the underwear and clothes on the ground and rummaged in their bags to find their cell phones. Luckily, their phones weren't locked. I sat on the sofa and took a deep breath. Once I had calmed down a bit, I opened up their phones. At the top of Yolanda's text log was the name Taylor. I tapped his name. "I'll be there soon," wrote a text that Taylor had sent Yolanda 1 hour ago. Taylor was probably the man in the bathroom with Yolanda. I looked through their texts and took photos of messages that I thought could be used as evidence against them. At the top of Taylor's chat history was the name Cindy. "I'll be a bit late today," was his most recent message to her. Based on their conversation, it seemed like Cindy was Taylor's fiancée. They even had texts planning their wedding, so this was a double affair. I took photos of Taylor and Yolanda's messages and sent them to Cindy along with a message. The message was as follows. "Hello, my name is Hugo. I'm 27 years old. The owner of this phone, Taylor, is having an affair with my fiancée Yolanda. He is currently with Yolanda in her bathroom. Before they find out I'm back home, I wanted to send you this message. If you read this, please get in touch with me." After sending that text, I opened up a voice memo app on Taylor's phone and recorded Taylor and Yolanda's voices from the bathroom. I sent that voice recording to Cindy as well. Shortly after, Taylor's phone rang. It was Cindy. A bit flustered, I picked up the phone. "Hello?" From the other side of the phone came a nervous voice. My name is Cindy." Yes, my name is Hugo. You saw my messages, right? Thank you for calling me. I'm sorry for sending you such a weird message so randomly. I'm sure you were very surprised. I also just found out about their relationship today. I was surprised too." Cindy replied, "Don't worry. Can I come over to where you are now?" I was surprised. "You'll come here? I would appreciate that, but is that all right with you?" I told her my apartment's address. Cindy replied, "It's near my office, so if I leave now, I can get there in 20 minutes. I'm sorry, but can you make sure that Taylor doesn't run away before I get there?" "Got it. I will trap him so that he can't run away. See you soon," I said and hung up the phone. I heard a commotion from the bathroom. Yolanda and Taylor were trying to exit the bathroom and were panicking because they couldn't open the door. In a loud voice, I called to Yolanda. "Hey, Yolanda, can you hear me? What are you doing in there?" Yolanda replied, "Huh? Hugo? Why are you here? When did you come home? What about your work?" "It's my home. Of course I should be here. It doesn't matter when I come home. To think you'd bring your lover here. What were you even thinking?" Yolanda went silent. "Anyway, Cindy will be here soon, so wait a bit," I said. After I finished saying that, Taylor spoke for the first time. "Cindy? What? Why?" The 2 of them seemed to be so shocked that their minds went blank. I disregarded them, picked up Yolanda's phone, and called her parents. So that both Yolanda and Taylor would hear me, I spoke in an extra loud voice. "Hello? It's Hugo. It's been a while. I'm sorry to call you when you're busy, but can you come to my apartment now?" My father-in-law seemed surprised and worried that something had happened to Yolanda. When I explained the situation to him, he was surprised, but this time for a different reason. As I finished up the story, he said, "I'm really sorry Yolanda did this. I'll be there soon." Afterwards, I called up my own parents. My parents' home was far away, so they couldn't come here quickly, but I explained the situation to them. My dad said, "Make sure she pays for this," and encouraged me. As I was calling our families, Yolanda and Hugo were speaking to each other in low voices in the bathroom. I wondered what they could be saying. Cindy reached the station near my apartment and called me. I explained to her how to find my apartment, and a few minutes later, my door's buzzer went off. When I opened the door, Cindy looked at me apologetically and said, "I'm very sorry about all this." "No, you haven't done anything wrong, so please don't apologize. I didn't consider your feelings and suddenly texted you. I'm the one who should apologize. Please, come in." I motioned her to come inside. When Cindy walked down the hallway and saw the clothes thrown all over the bedroom, her face went pale. "We were supposed to get married in 6 months. I can't believe he'd..." She covered her face with her hands and began to cry. I couldn't come up with what to say. It was time to face the 2 people trapped in the bathroom. When we stood in front of the bathroom door, Cindy spoke first. "What are you doing here? I didn't think you were this kind of guy. You're the worst." Taylor began to speak. "No, Cindy cut him off before he could finish. "I don't want to listen to you anymore," her eyes full of tears. Cindy quickly ran to the living room. I walked after her and sat her down on the couch. Cindy began to speak. "This will probably cause you trouble, but can my parents and Taylor's parents come here too? I don't think I can do this on my own." Cindy closed her lips tightly. I lightly caressed her shoulder and said, "If you want to, that's perfectly fine." I called Yolanda's parents too, so let's show everyone the truth. Both Cindy and Taylor's parents coincidentally lived nearby, so they arrived within 20 minutes of Cindy calling them. When everyone had gathered, I moved away the barricades and opened the bathroom door. Taylor and Yolanda's dads rushed into the bathroom at the same time and slapped their children across the face. After they had both yelled out their frustrations, I spoke to Yolanda. "Yolanda, please put on some clothes and explain what's going on." We all moved to the living room. "I know you probably won't believe me, but the only person I love is you, Hugo. It's just that thinking about our marriage gave me cold feet. As I was getting nervous about the wedding, Taylor, who's my senior at work, hit on me and we went for drinks." Taylor then jumped in. "That's not true. I'm the one who invited her. Yolanda told me we should go out for a drink together." They both gave different excuses. It honestly didn't matter who was telling the truth or not. Whoever invited who, they ended up having an affair. Seeing Yolanda yell out excuses, I didn't feel any love for her at all. "You're insane if you thought that you could get away with bringing your lover into the home you and I lived in together." I turned to Yolanda's parents. "I'm sorry, but I won't be marrying your daughter." Yolanda jumped up and desperately clung onto my arm. "I'm sorry. Please don't throw me away like this. I don't want to break up with you. I promise I won't do this again. So please forgive me. If you break up with me, I will jump out the window." I kept my calm and told her not to cause other people trouble by doing stupid things like that. Yolanda seemed to give up. She looked exhausted. Afterwards, Yolanda and Taylor's parents got on their hands and knees and apologized to Cindy and I. "Yolanda and Taylor are both adults, so you don't have to take responsibility for their actions. There's no need for you to apologize," I said flatly. "But I can't continue living here anymore, so I plan to move. I would appreciate if you can at least pay my moving fees." They all left, and later they paid my moving fees, as I had requested. I received around $2,000 from each family. Well, we were still only engaged. If we were married, I would have asked for much more. Moving to the present. Through this experience, Cindy and I got to know each other and began dating. Since Cindy and Taylor broke off their engagement, news of what had happened spread around Taylor's work, and he received a severe warning from his bosses for his behavior. Things got tough for him at his office, so he ended up quitting. He hasn't been able to find a new full-time job since, and is making ends meet by working a few part-time jobs. After 2 years of dating, Cindy and I got married. We have kids now and are living very happily. They say that moving an inch in the dark is like a mile in the light. You can suddenly fall from heaven into hell, but you'll always have a chance to rise back up. Now, it's all become a funny story from the past. Life really is unpredictable. Thank you for watching. Did you enjoy this story? Please tune in next time and be sure to subscribe to our channel.